back to another episode of Zaya and the Steelers. A no work tomorrow day of Zaya and the Steelers. And as you can see, we got a gunshot. I apologize to the audio listeners. I apologize if this is horrible. This is the first episode with the gunshot. I've actually always wanted to have this, and so now it's cool that I can incorporate it, but this is definitely going to be a beta test run with the gunshot. Because I have no idea. I really don't know how this is going to finally sound until we finally get it out on YouTube itself and I can fully hear it once it's, done. So I apologize if it's too loud. If it is too loud and it ruins the recording, then, I guess I'll have to re-record or do some magic in editing. But for right now, we have a gunshot. And like other episodes, I do want to start it out with talking about last week's episode. So once again, shout out to all you guys. We're at 90 subscribers. 2 weeks ago, we were at 61. So being at 90 subscribers, gunshot. This is what I need. This is why I need to have the gunshot. And once again, I apologize if this is loud, man. I'm really going to be upset if this is just horrible and I can't even use it. Honestly, we might just have to bear with it, guys. If this sounds terrible, if this is just way too loud, honestly,
we do not care.
Because I'm not re-recording it. So anyway though, 90 subscribers. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to the support. We also got 90 views on this, so 90 and 90. Hopefully by the time I'm talking again, by the time it is time for another video, or at least another podcast, we'll be at 100. So, we're right there, guys. 10 subs away. Once again, thank you. Thank you to everybody. And yeah, now let's talk about the current topics that we are going to be discussing in this episode. So, if you look down below, as you can see, we have Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool in the news. Chase Claypool. Apparently the Bears aren't too happy with him. We'll talk about that. And then Colin Cowherd, he's actually a fan of the Steelers this year. That's very new. We also got some Twitter takes. And then at the very end, I'm going to do something kind of different. If you look at the screen, audio listeners, I'm going to make an NFL quarterback tier list and bracket on tiermaker.com. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but a lot of people use it, and I'm going to rank every quarterback because honestly, the news it's kind of slow, at least for me. It's just, we're in training camp. We're in like the very early stages of the offseason, or not early stages of the offseason, but early stages of the season. And really, it's hard to piece together things to talk about because the good players, they're continuing to do their things. Players who are kind of on the fence are continuing to be on the fence. It's not too crazy. And people like Joey Porter Jr., he's playing well. All our rookies are playing well. All our rookies. We have literally the best draft class of all time. So all of our rookies are playing well. We have a couple wide receiver rookies playing well, but it's really just really early, So we're kind of cheesing here a bit, but we are gonna talk about the Steelers a lot. Definitely in this Twitter section here, I got a bunch of tweets. We're definitely gonna talk about the Steelers a lot. Starting it off, Chase Claypool in the news. So the Bears having buyer's remorse for Chase Claypool. So Alan Saunders wrote this article. Pretty much, Chase Claypool isn't living up to expectations. That's essentially what this article says. I've heard from a few people inside that building that he is not somebody who is very self-motivated. ESPN Chicago host Mark Silverman said on Wednesday. So Chase Claypool really not performing to what Chicago wanted. I have this tweet up from Warren Sharp as well. The Steelers traded Chase Claypool to the Bears midseason. Pittsburgh was 2-6 with him, 7-2 without him. Chicago was 0-9 with him, 3-6 without him. Both passing attacks were much more efficient without Claypool. Chicago before trading Claypool, 7.5 yards per attempt. Chicago with Chase Claypool on the field, 5.5 yards per attempt. Now there is a lot on there. There's a lot there, but essentially what it's saying is Chase Claypool, you stink. It all kind of adds up to the same, conclusion of Chase Claypool is hurting teams. Is Chase Claypool making the offense worse? Now, I don't think that's entirely true. I don't think that's I think these are 2-6 without him, 7-2, or 2-6 with him, 7-2 without him, and 0-9 with him, 3. I think there's a lot of nuance there. There's a lot of missing context. But just headline, just, tweet to make it on the Zay and the Steelers thing, to catch my eye, to get a like, to have me talk about it now. Definitely worked and definitely is eye-catching. My favorite Chase Claypool moment, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was against the Minnesota Vikings. Two of my favorite teams. Really, the Steelers are my favorite team, but every time we see the Vikings, we can't just be sleeping on the Vikings, guys. But anyway, we know what happens. Chase Claypool picks up a first down, 4th and 1, and he's doing the point celebrate with the clock running. We're just running out of time, and then, our former center, I forget who this was. Oh, that's Trey Turner. Trey Turner. He's trying to get the ball from Chase. They're fumbling it. We're just losing all types of time, and we don't get the ball snapped again until 24 seconds left. So we wasted essentially like 10 seconds. That was like the big Chase Claypool move, or not move, but the big Chase Claypool play from a few years ago. And I apologize. Chase Claypool and like other words after that is kind of hard to say. But that was the big Chase Claypool play from about 2 years ago. That's what really, I think, set it off. That's what really kind of sparked everyone's mind to like, should we trade Chase? Like, is it over? Is it over for Chase? I'm trying to get the point again. I want to leave it on the point because honestly, I love this moment. But this happened really early on, so it's like right here. I love this moment. To me, this was really funny. Like, look at our record: 6-5-1, fighting desperately to try to get in the playoffs. This is, I believe, like Thursday football or Sunday night football or something. This is a primetime game. Like, we're trying to make a comeback. Ben's last year, and Chase Claypool, first down. First down, man. Shout out to Chase Claypool, man. Shout out to Chase. But yeah, this was a horrible moment. And if you also don't remember, coming into the 2021 season, Chase Claypool had this to say.
That way when I'm on the field, I know for a fact I am not like the rest of the guys in the NFL.
Talk, yeah.
I know I'm a top 5 receiver.
Yeah.
I know I'm a top 3 receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Top 5, top 3. This is what Chase Claypool had to say about himself on I Am Athlete. Shout out to I Am Athlete. Shout out to Brandon Marshall and everybody. Great podcast. That is what Chase Claypool had to say about himself in 2021. Flash forward to 2022, and really, not really the best season. 450 yards, 1 touchdown. Holy smokes. This is my first time seeing this, like officially 450 yards and 1 touchdown. That's pretty tough. But yeah, obviously we know he didn't have the best season up on the Steelers until we traded him, and he goes to the Bears, and he didn't really have a good time there either. Loss. That is, Chase Claypool won 2 games last year. That's so tough, and one of them was in week 1. So Chase Claypool from after week 1 won 1 more game. From September to January, won 1 more game. That's very tough. And once again, it's not all on him. It's not all his fault, but it is just crazy, man. And Chase Claypool, if we look back to this is the 2020 season, his rookie year, he had 873 yards and 9 touchdowns. So, banger year. And then in 2021 even, he had 860 yards and 2 touchdowns. The touchdowns started to really fall off. Now, why that happened, I don't know. We know he was on the Steelers, and our offense, for the most part, has been pretty terrible for a while. So our offense kind of fell off. You can blame that on the Steelers as a whole. But in 2022, same thing, same story. He goes to a different team. Maybe their quarterback isn't the best thrower of the ball, but it goes to a different team, and it's really not hitting like that. And it's really not even just the touchdown total numbers. I wish that there was like maybe there is like a website that you can use, but just with 50-50 balls, I wish that was a stat to see, because 50-50 balls, it's not 50-50 with Chase. It wasn't 50-50 with Chase. It was more like 80-20. 80% he wasn't going to come down with it. 20% he was going to come down with it. Like even maybe 80-15-5, where 80% not going to catch it, 15 going to make a play on it, but eventually drop it, or then 5 he actually catches it. That's how it was going. That's how it was looking for us. But I do want to go back to some positives, because Chase Claypool, he is only 24, which is like 2 months older than me, which is crazy, and he's in the NFL. But Chase has definitely, been a good player in the league. In his rookie year, 29 touchdowns. Had the 3 touchdown game against Philly, had a 2 touchdown game against Cincinnati. And then even in practical, I guess not blowout loss, but in a practical playoff game, it is the playoffs, but it was in kind of a tough situation. He did manage to get 2 touchdowns. We were playing catch up the whole time. So all these stats, every time I see stats from this game, it just kills me because this is off topic, but a lot of Ben fans will point to this playoff game and be like, see, like he was on the money, but we were playing catch up the whole time. It's kind of like the Jacksonville game, but that's a different topic. But anyway, he did have 2 touchdowns in a playoff game at 21 or 22 years old. So there's still a lot of time for Chase Claypool to become status questionable. There's a lot of time for Chase Claypool to become, a good player in this league, a big player in this league. I really do want it to happen. If you think I'm just going to sit here and shit on Chase Claypool, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, man. I really did like Chase at one point. Now, with that said, did I want to trade him when we did? Yeah. Did I want to move on? Yeah. Because it was over. I knew it was over. And do I think Chase Claypool is going to eventually reach that point again of where he was in his rookie year and become a consistent close to 1,000-yard receiver, 10 touchdown receiver? Yeah, he can do it. He can definitely do it. But right now he just isn't, and I don't know if it's Chicago, I don't know if it's Chase, but it doesn't look like it's working out in Chicago either. And so with that said, we'll see about Chase Claypool, man. I really don't have much else to say about this situation. I really did want Chase to work out for us, but once it showed that it wasn't going to work out for us, it is what it is. We got rid of Chase. And now we got George Pickens and Calvin Austin and, with Deontay, we have all types of receivers. The Steelers are a wide receiver factory, man. Next, what I want to talk about is Colin Cowherd, because Colin Cowherd had some nice things to say. The Pittsburgh Steelers, not the Baltimore Ravens, are a playoff team. Shout out to Colin Cowherd. We're going to watch this video, and honestly, YouTube, listen. This is the herd. This is Twitter. This is not me. This is not my stuff. This is Colin Cowherd on FS1. Go watch them, please. We're going to try this, and if it ends up getting copyrighted to absolute, oblivion, we'll see what I end up doing. But I do want to watch this, and I want to kind of live react because I haven't seen this, but I have seen, if you look on this page too, the Steelers Now page, other people have been talking about it. I do want to give my takes. Let's see what Colin Cowherd has to say. Once again, this is Colin Cowherd on FS1. This is Colin Cowherd. This is not me. Go watch FS1. Go subscribe. Go do all that, please.
It's probably the right call. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's been talked into the Pittsburgh Steelers by his friend.
NFL preseason predictions.
Are we getting everybody?
Teams in the AFC look a lot like.
Oh, we're getting the whole thing. Okay. Hold on, let's look at Colin's playoff predictions first. His overall playoff predictions. So we have the Dolphins, Bengals, Jaguars, Chiefs, Bills, Chargers, Ravens in the AFC. I don't know if this is in order, but if it is, we have the Dolphins number 1 seed, bold take. Bengals 2 seed, Jaguars 3 seed, Chiefs 4 seed, Bills 5 seed, Chargers 6 seed, and Ravens 7 seed. Dolphins being number 1 seed outright, that's definitely a bit of a bold take. They did add Jalen Ramsey. They did, everybody gets a year of development and stuff. They did finish pretty well last year. If Tua doesn't get hurt, who knows? But, definitely still a bold take to me. The Jaguars, they're probably going to win their division by default. They are a pretty good team. But the AFC South is horrible, man. They're trash. So, I guess the Jaguars. The Chiefs being the 4 seed, that's bold. But, they did lose Juju. So, Juju, without Juju, is it even going to be possible to win a ring? I don't know. And then we got the Bills, Chargers, and Ravens. Bills kind of low. I feel like a lot of people are out on the Bills. I don't really get why, but a lot of people are kind of out on the Bills. To have the Dolphins take it over them and number 1 seed, a bit bold. The Chargers, I think a lot of people are kind of overhyping, and they have been overhyping for a while. But, Justin Herbert, he's a pretty good quarterback, I guess. Doesn't have a playoff win, but gets ranked higher than a lot of quarterbacks. But, somehow, some way, it's whatever. We're vibing, I guess. And then the Ravens last seed, he is saying that the Steelers are going to take it. That's like the headline of this article, this video. So we'll see about that. And then in the NFC, he has the Eagles, Lions, Panthers, 49ers, Rams, Vikings, Saints. The Panthers taking it in that division, the NFC South. Both South divisions are just absolutely horrible. But I guess go Carolina. The Lions, number 2 seed, winning the division over Minnesota. That's a bold take, but we'll see about that. The Rams, can they get it going? Can they get it back together? And the Saints, same thing with them. The NFC South gets 2 playoff teams. That's very bold. I don't think he's going to necessarily dive into this whole bracket. I think he's really only going to talk about like the Steelers and Ravens. But what do you guys think of Colin Cowherd's playoff predictions? I think this is definitely solid, but a little bold in some places if this is the seeding. Like if he does have the Miami Dolphins at the number 1 seed, I think that's a little crazy, but we'll see. It's not crazy. I shouldn't say crazy, but it's a little bold. It's a little not Bengals, Chiefs, or Bills. That's been the go-to. That's been the AFC method for a while. But in the NFC, I think the Eagles are probably going to win that. The Lions being the 2 seed, it's crazy that the Lions are good and they're going to be coming in the year with these high expectations, but they've only been rising up throughout the years. Like they started out shit. And then they finished the next year, they tied us, and they finished that year pretty good. And then the following year, like it was last year, and they did pretty good last year. And so now 2 seed. We'll see. Same thing with the Panthers, man. Like I guess maybe, but I mean we'll see. But the NFC is weird, man. The NFC kind of stinks if we're being honest, but it is what it is. But the AFC I kind of agree with. So. Let's continue on with this video.
The AFC has all the best quarterbacks.
They do.
Quarterbacks now.
That's what I was just saying, Colin. No cap. That's what I was just saying.
Get to the playoffs.
I feel you.
But the NFC doesn't have nearly as many great quarterbacks.
They really don't.
So the Eagles do, and I have them being the number 1 seed.
Hell yeah.
But I only have 4 new playoff teams: Lions, Panthers, Rams, Saints, all in the NFC. So I've got to find 2 more because the average is 6.5, 7, and I'm at 4. So I got to find 2 other teams to go along with the historic average.
Wait, the historic average is 6 to 7 new teams make the playoffs?
To go with the Steelers over Baltimore. Cincinnati still wins the division. And I have 3 reasons.
Let me back that up.
Average. And I'm going to go with the Steelers over Baltimore. Cincinnati and I have 3 reasons. Are you ready for this?
I'll turn this up. I might have to turn it up a little bit.
TJ Watt plays, they win.
Facts. If TJ Watt plays, we do win. If TJ Watt plays, man, we do be winning. That's a bold take. That's a great take out of Colin Cowherd right there.
Last year 8-2 when TJ Watt played.
Hell yeah.
Last 2 years 17-7 when TJ Watt plays.
Yes, he is healthy. That's a great take.
Win.
Facts.
The second reason is their top 7 or 8 players don't get hurt much.
Yeah, I would say TJ's in that. He kind of gets hurt. Let's see who he names. Cameron Hayward doesn't get hurt.
TJ Watt's only had 1 year with injuries.
That's not true.
Najee Harris, Alex.
I shouldn't say not true, but TJ Watt he does miss games. He has missed like a game every now and then. This was like only the first serious year with it. But I mean, I feel you. I'm a Steelers fan. Let me get back.
They don't get hurt.
Pat Freiermuth being I guess Pat Freiermuth, one of our star players. He is elite. That's true. Naj was dealing with injury at the beginning of the year. Look at me shitting on the Steelers. Fuck it. Yeah, we don't get hurt. Hell yeah.
Ravens' top 6 players outside of Mark Andrews, the tight end, all get hurt.
They do.
Tackles, running backs, Lamar Jackson, wide receivers. So, A, when TJ Watt's healthy, they win.
Facts.
B, their top 6 or 7 players are very durable.
Facts.
And the third reason is they finished winning 6 of 7 and 4 straight.
Facts.
Their defense was unbelievable.
Facts.
Last 7 opponents held under 20 points. Combine that with Kenny Pickett, who had some come-from-behind late-game wins. I would guess with that coaching staff and the upgrade to the O-line, he's probably going to get better in year 2. He didn't even start last year.
Banger.
And every 2-3 weeks,
Colin, this is a banger. This is a banger video. These are the best takes he's ever had.
This. If you look at the Steelers' defense and look at their schedule.
Look at it.
6 games minimum on the Steelers' schedule. 6 minimum. San Francisco, Houston, Tennessee, Green Bay, Arizona, Indianapolis. They are facing a rookie at quarterback, a first-year starter at
That's what I was saying. Our schedule isn't hard.
Didn't start last year.
He didn't.
Houston rookie, Tennessee, very early Will Levis will play. Green Bay, Jordan Love, first-year starter. Arizona,
Will Levis play?
A backup. And Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson. You know he may not start the season, but he's going to finish the season quarterbacking for Indianapolis. That defense held more legitimate quarterbacks at 17 points, at 14 points.
That's what
at
I'm
10
saying.
Points. Rookie quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, average quarterbacks. The Pittsburgh Steelers, not the Baltimore Ravens, as of this morning, are a playoff team.
Thank you, Colin.
I'm up to 5. I got to find one more.
All right, so Colin Cowherd is in on the Steelers. Honestly, too, man, I'm in on the Steelers, too. I think we are going to make the playoffs. I apologize for kind of, I don't know, this injury take was something. I didn't really expect this. But if we look back on it again, I mean, Kenny even had concussions. He missed, 2 games. Naj started the season unhealthy. TJ kind of gets hurt. I didn't really think this was a take to have, but the way he laid it out, this is Colin Cowherd. Hey, we don't get hurt. And because we don't get hurt, Baltimore, when you get hurt, you're not making the playoffs, buddy. Another year, no playoffs. Guess what? Because Colin Cowherd said so. Typically, if you guys know, Colin Cowherd does not say nice thing about the Steelers, man. He is not really the biggest Steelers guy. So, and as you heard, he said he was just trying to get new playoff teams. So maybe, I guess he's reaching with us, but not the worst. Not the worst thing, I don't think. Not the worst credit for us to be given, because it is true. We don't be missing games. And when TJ Watt plays, we're a great team. So, hell yeah, bruh. Really, guys, I promise that was my first time watching this. I'm very excited about this. Because I'm telling you, there is never any love with Colin Cowherd. There is never any love on these networks for the Steelers. It's always the Steelers are just so bad. Like the Steelers are doing something bad. And you have Stephen A. Smith who doesn't watch. He'll be like, oh, I think the Steelers are a sleeper team, just to like alley-oop someone to shit on us. Just to alley-oop someone saying like, oh, they're not even going to get past the Chargers, because the Chargers are some dominant team apparently, but they've never done anything either. I just can't stand it. So the positivity from Colin Cowherd, you love to see it. So shout out to Colin. Shout out to the Herd. Go watch the Herd on Fox. Not Zaya and the Steelers. As you can do, the credits right there. Please do not murk me, guys. This is Fox. Everybody's billionaires over there. Don't murk me. And keep saying good things about the Steelers. That's all I got to say about that. Now it is time for the Twitter section of the video. And I apologize for the cut that time. If you guys are basketball fans, Bradley Beal just got traded to the Phoenix Suns. I don't know if that floats your boat, but that is what all this is. It literally just happened, so I wanted to look at it. But we are going to get to the Twitter section of this. And if you guys don't know already, pretty much I like tweets throughout the day or throughout the week, and I quickly talk about them on here. So starting out, we have George Pickens is a matchup nightmare. So this is a quote from Matt Canada. If somebody covers him one-on-one, we feel good about the odds, and it's George Pickens. Literally, that's exactly how I feel. Just throw it up to him. Throw it up to the guy. George Pickens needs more targets this year. He needs more receptions. He needs more yards, touchdowns, all that. Literally just throw it in his direction, one-on-one. Whoever the corner is, like George Pickens is going to win it because he's a dog. So shout out to George Pickens. We did just talk about the Colin Cowherd. Next is Patrick Mahomes, his third game in the NFL. He had 6 touchdowns and 154 passing rating against us. This was the year where we kind of fell apart. Le'Veon decided to hold out throughout the year. We tied the Browns week 1. Like we got absolutely murked this year. And this is where the tide turned for the Chiefs, because we used to beat them every time. They were still a pretty good team before Patrick Mahomes, but we used to beat them every time. And then once they got Patrick Mahomes, he just, he took them to another level. And so, this is a crazy game. But kind of Mickey, if you ask me, because all these passes are from like the 1 yard line. Like, can Patrick Mahomes even throw it farther than 20 yards? You tell me. Next, we got Dan Moore helping out Broderick Jones. So Broderick Jones thanks Big Brother Dan Moore Jr. for him staying after practice to help him. Dan Moore has been a pretty impactful player during this training camp and like off-season kind of training camp stuff. He's been helping out on the line. He's been trying to earn a spot back in the starting lineup, or just keep a spot on the team, keep a roster spot. And with that, he's been doing some mentoring. So shout out to Dan Moore. Hopefully he can continue to mentor. And maybe, we'll see. I've heard some good things about Dan Moore this season. Maybe he'll turn it around and he'll become our new right tackle or something like that, or play a lot in the left tackle spot. I don't know. But we did spend a first pick on Broderick Jones, so I expect him to play a lot wherever he wants to play, and it is what it is. Next, former Steelers scout Mark Korsak had a 4th-round grade on 7th-round Corey Trice. Calls him a steal. That's what I've been saying. He's been playing well. He's been another story from like camp and stuff, Corey Trice. We'll see about how much he actually plays and how much impact he does have year one. Something that I don't like about the very early preseason, and which can be, I shouldn't say like harmful or whatever, but something I don't like is when these surprise players do well, and like we talk about them a bunch throughout this session, and then once like the actual season starts, it's just nothing, And granted, not everybody can be a starter, not everybody can have success in the NFL, and not everybody can be the headline player. But this does happen a lot, and Corey Trice is getting a lot of talk about him for a 7th-round pick, and we'll see how much he actually plays. I just don't want him to maybe not live up to all these preseason expectations, and then it's like, oh, we hate him. Oh, he's a bust. Oh, the Steelers never should have drafted him. We can't draft corners. I just don't want this to turn into that situation. So we'll see. We'll see about Corey Trice, but he has been playing well. Next, the USFL, Pittsburgh Maulers beat the New Jersey Generals, and they're headed to the postseason. So we got some USFL coverage right here. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Maulers. They're going to the playoffs. Next, a letter from the editor. What if Matt Canada isn't the man to blame? What if our angst has been misdirected this entire time? I'm going to click this. I haven't read who they're talking about. I actually really didn't look into this, but I did want to talk about the overall point of it. I think it has to be Coach Tomlin. I think that's the only people that they could be talking about. I'm not going to go into this article, but I do want to say this. There is a real chance that Matt Canada is going to shock the world this year. Call me crazy. I know it's crazy for me to be the one saying this after I spent literally a whole 2 seasons now just absolutely yelling at him. But, we'll see, man. We'll see. Like, everything we've done for the offense is supposed to be for him. It's supposed to be his ideal world. In the best case scenario kind of story. That's what we're supposed to be getting from Matt Canada. So we'll see. If he is to blame, then we'll be shit this year and we'll get rid of him. We'll get a new guy and it'll go well if he is to blame. But if he's not to blame, say we get rid of him and we still stink, then man, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. So it's one of those situations where it's cool to keep Matt Canada around because we can always blame stuff on him, But if we end up getting rid of him and we still stink, then it's like, man, like, is it Tomlin? Is it Kenny? Like, do we got to look in the mirror? It wasn't old Big Ben. Like, we start to have to reevaluate ourselves and self-reflect. So it's cool we have the Matt Canada blame defect wall, I guess. I don't know. Also, yeah, there it is. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Joey Porter. Now we got Joey Porter Jr. on their team. Shout out. Patrick Freiermuth has been buddying up with George Kittle. Hopefully, or they hope to train together. Patrick Freiermuth, he's been a solid player for us. George Kittle is another really good player. And so, hey, man, keep doing that. I think Patrick Freiermuth also, I saw that he was maybe dealing with an injury, but I think he's good. I think he's all good. And hopefully he has a stellar year this year. Keep training with George Kittle. We talked about the Chase Claypool. And here we got a video of Patrick Peterson talking with Joey Porter Jr., maybe, doing some mentoring, if you will. Shout out to Joey Porter Jr. We talked about the Chase Claypool situation. Taylor Swift, yesterday, Taylor Swift was at a Creaser Stadium, Heinz Field. I don't know why I just called it a Creaser. Taylor Swift was there, and she set a new attendance record. Now, of course, it's easy, well, not easy, but of course you can use like the entire field like for seats and stuff. So it's hard for like the actual purpose of these stadiums to serve, to be able to do that. But Taylor Swift, she set the record. I thought that was interesting, and that actually just happened. Next, we have a post from Billy Hartford. This is just highlighting the immaculate extension. Antonio Brown, man, he's been in the news for a while. This was off the what is the best NFL regular season game you've ever watched. Yeah, this was I was so hyped, man. This was just an incredible play. Just absolutely, I just can't believe how things have gone now. Like in hindsight, I can't believe it. But here's just another example of us owning the Ravens at every stop. Every time it's time to own the Ravens, we just beat them. And every time they've actually beat us, it wasn't important. It was never really canon when they beat us. It's always filler when they beat us. But yeah, we own the Ravens. When it's an important game to be won, we win it. No cap. So shout out to that. Shout out to AB. Now here's like a big topic that I was debating on really turning into a like a broader topic, but it's every NFL team's last MVP. And if you look over here, Terry Bradshaw, 1978, he was our last MVP. That is so long ago. In fact, I believe it is the longest drought without an MVP. Yeah, it is literally well, these people are none, but we have the longest drought with one MVP. We have the second longest drought because I see Walter Payton right here. We have the second longest drought, but that's still crazy. I can't believe it. I know there were some years Antonio Brown was in the running for it. Maybe TJ Watt at one point, maybe Troy Polamalu season at one point, but that's crazy. I don't think Big Ben was ever in the like real running for it. He's had great seasons, especially like later on in the 2010s, but I don't think he's ever been like a serious contender for it. This is nuts. Can we get an MVP? Like 1978 is crazy. That is so long ago. Like I don't even think we had color back then. Like I think everything was just black and white and gray. Like I don't think we had real color back then. That is actually insane. So who is somebody you think on the team currently who could win MVP? I think maybe Najee. I think maybe George Pickens could have an MVP year. Kenny Pickett, because it's a quarterback award essentially. Kenny Pickett, he could do it. And then on defense, TJ, Minka, Cam. I think Cam could have an MVP year. Joey Porter Jr. Joey Porter Jr. is literally going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP all in the same season. Now we have another Billy tweet. Deontay Johnson is the best route runner in the NFL. Deontay Johnson is very nasty, just absolutely shaking right there. He is very good, and I do want to talk about Deontay real quick because I think Deontay is going to have a pretty good year this year. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. We all know Deontay is a really good player. Despite the drops, he's still even a good player. Like if you include the drops, he's a good player. He's a Pro Bowler with the drops. So if we can clean up the drops, if we can stop running backwards, like he's so close to greatness, he's so elite. And yeah, he's just an absolute monster. So shout out to Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson is the best route runner in the NFL. I don't even think he's on this graphic because people, once again, they just sleep on us, man. They just absolutely sleep on us. Everybody sleeps on Deontay Johnson. Nobody talks about him, but he's fantastic. And if you're a Steelers fan, if you're being objective, you know he's a monster. Look at this dude just completely gave up. He completely gave up on this play. This was actually hilarious. I didn't even notice this. Literally, he cuts, and he knows it's over. It's done. You got no safety help. The end zone's right there. It's over. So shout out to Deontay. Next, we have a Darnell Washington fade route from Kenny Pickett. And this is something we can definitely expect to see hopefully this season, and if not in the future to come. Just absolute machine Darnell Washington is going to be in Kenny Pickett. Hopefully he's been improving. Hopefully we get some more touchdowns thrown from him. He's also said that Washington has been playing really well. He caught 2 TDs in practice. Like just ready, man. Just absolutely ready for the season. And then this right here, just the absolute epitome of Kenny Pickett, just rolling through, doing the running back drill. If I'm being honest, I have no idea why Kenny Pickett is doing this drill. But thank you. Thank you, Kenny Pickett, for putting in the work, putting in the practice. And then we can expect to see this. This guy is a dog. And we had Mitchell Trubisky starting over him for 3 or 4 weeks because he had experience or whatever. This is the experience. You need to let Kenny Pickett get these reps. Look at him in practice. Look how hard he's going. So shout out to Kenny. Now we got an AB tweet, him and Big Ben. AB. I'm going to talk about this AB thing real quick. AB lost his arena football league, his arena football team. He bought an arena team, and now he's not the owner. Like they kicked him out of the league. They kicked the whole team out of the league because he wasn't paying his bills and shit. Like it's just like, what is happening with Antonio Brown, man? Like this is crazy. But at one point, he was a very good wide receiver for the Steelers, and him and Ben, they were putting that shit on, if you will. Steelers wide receiver coach calls George Pickens' rookie season a failure on his part. The article, I think, pretty much states that, George Pickens, he did well, but he didn't do well enough. There wasn't enough to be had. And I think that is true, too, because all last season I was saying, man, we should really throw George Pickens the ball more. Like, we know Deontay's having kind of a down year. We know the touchdowns haven't really been there. We need to look George Pickens' way. And so hopefully this year we get him more targets, we get him more looks. Hopefully he comes down with even more 50-50 balls, and we're just elite. We're just elite. He's elite. Everybody's elite. Garrett Wilson, he is another rookie, or not a rookie, but a second-year player now. But he won Rookie of the Year. He's another receiver. I think George Pickens is better than him, and I have no proof to that besides a few handful of plays that George Pickens has made for us. But I think George Pickens is better than him, and he won Rookie of the Year, and so I think we have the best rookie receiver on the team right now, ready to go, going into a second year now. I think we have him ready to go. We have the best sophomore receiver ready to go, and we'll see. Kenny Pickett's first passing touchdown of the 2023-24 campaign will be to Deontay Johnson. I think we're going to get Deontay. We're going to get Deontay his touchdown, I think, in the very first one. We're going to get it week 1. If not the first touchdown that Kenny Pickett throws, he's definitely going to get one week 1 if there's touchdowns to be had. Because once again, we like to score one touchdown a game. So if there's multiple touchdowns to be had, if there's multiple chances to be had for us to score a touchdown, I think Deontay Johnson will be one of those in week 1. Like I said earlier, Dan Moore named a winner of spring practices. Shout out to Dan Moore. We talked about Colin Cowherd. This QB has led the most game-winning drives, 28 since 2016. Last year, when it mattered, he disappeared. Look at this interception, though, by Cameron Sutton. This was a pretty good interception to end the game. Diving catch right here. But yeah, Derek Carr, Kenny Pickett is better than Derek Carr. I'm sorry. He really is, man. And I don't think it's even close. I really don't think it's even close. So shout out to Kenny Pickett. Derek Carr, I think he's on the Saints now. He got retired. Kenny Pickett retired him. Shout out to Derek Carr, though, I guess. Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to Cleveland Browns. Big Ben is 26-2-1 record versus the Browns in his career. I think the one that playoff game. That's crazy. But I mean, 26 wins, bro. Like, congrats. You got the playoff win. The highest graded Steelers in the PFF era. We got Antonio Brown, Troy Polamalu, Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, James Harrison, Big Ben, Le'Veon Hines, Antonio Holmes, and Heath Miller. I don't know when, like, these are individual seasons, or I don't know if these are individual seasons or just like for a time span, but AB, I think his 2015 season was like literally like he had 1,500 yards, 100 touchdowns, 100 million receptions, like 95 rating. Troy Polamalu has the second highest. Cam has the third highest, well, tied for third with him and TJ. James Harrison, another one. Big Ben, another one. I thought this was pretty cool to look at. But Antonio Brown, I know he didn't win a ring with us, and I know there was other records that are like time records, like that he would have had if he kept playing for us, if he didn't go crazy. But Antonio Brown is our best receiver ever, man, and he's one of the best receivers to ever play. I think a top 5, top 10 receiver Antonio Brown is to ever play football. And it's just, once again, insane how things have gone for him. Lastly, we have this video from Mike Tomlin. I'm not going to play this whole video, but pretty much is Mike Tomlin giving a speech. And we all know about Mike Tomlin. We love Mike Tomlin, leader of men. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. And shout out to the Twitter section of this video, or of this podcast. I think that's going to do it for this one. And now, to close the podcast, I want to do the quarterback ranking. So I had to switch up the actual tier list because there was just way too many quarterbacks on that one. There was like backups, and like it turned into like me ranking the top 50 quarterbacks right now. So this one, it looks a little more confined, a little more back down to earth, if you will. And some of it has the main names, and that's really what I want to talk about. And so the tiers, we go Mahomes, because I think Mahomes should be in a tier of his own right now, given the quarterbacks currently in the league. And then top tier, and then we got pretty good, and then we got meh, and then we got bad / a rookie. Because rookie QBs, it's kind of hard to like really predict per se how they'll play. I'm going to do / rookie and then / I don't know, because there is a few quarterbacks like maybe Matt Corral, for example, like who I have no fucking clue, man. I have no idea. But everybody else, I feel like I should be pretty good. So we will see. We will get into it here. Starting off with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, I'm going to put him in the top tier list. Eventually, I'm going to reorder these by my actual rank, and then from there, I guess we'll get, a top 32 or whatever. But for now, Josh Allen, he's first. He goes in top tier. Baker Mayfield, he's going to go in the bad tier. Unfortunately, Baker, you're a former Brown, and everybody else isn't really as high on Baker Mayfield anyway. So I can't get killed for killing Baker, right? Like he's not all that. Next, we got Joe Burrow, who is definitely top tier, and I think above Josh Allen, especially after last year's playoff game. He has a Super Bowl appearance. Got to give it to Joe Burrow. Next, newest New Orleans Saint quarterback, Derek Carr. Derek Carr is going to go, honestly, I want to put him in like the meh. But I'll put Derek Carr in the pretty good. Definitely, not one of the top tier guys, but also not bad, not in the Baker Mayfield range. Next, Matt Corral. I'm gonna put him down here. Really don't know much about Matt Corral, and so I can't rank him right now. Next, we got Dak Prescott. And is Dak Prescott gonna crack top tier, or is Dak Prescott going to crack pretty good? I'm gonna put Dak Prescott in pretty good. I'm putting Dak Prescott in pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm putting Dak Prescott in pretty good. Because unfortunately, right now, when we're ranking him, I just don't see, maybe you get the playoff win, and maybe because Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, they're kind of shorter into their careers, and Dak has had, multiple seasons now of resume, I guess. Because now Dak was Josh Allen coming in. Dak was Justin Herbert. Dak was Joe Burrow. And then we got season after season, and he continued to come up short. And so now maybe that bias is on me. I don't know. But for right now, I'm putting him in pretty good. Next, Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is bad. I'm giving Baker over Andy Dalton right now. If that's wrong, then sue me. But I'm giving Baker over Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton goes in the bad category. Next, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, you are going to be the first introduction into the meh category, because I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't think Sam Darnold is it. I don't think he's the answer. But, maybe he just needs another chance. He needs a new chance, because that's always been the thing with Sam is, once he gets in the right situation here, once he gets in the right situation there, maybe he'll get in the right situation with the 49ers. We'll see. Next, we got Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, you are going to go. I'll put Daniel Jones is going in the pretty good tier. I'll put him even over Derek Carr. Is Daniel Jones over Derek Carr? That's crazy. But I'll put Daniel Jones there. Great year last year. Maybe he regresses back to the meh tier. But actually, no, I'm putting Derek Carr over Daniel Jones. Derek Carr just has like a few more seasons of above meh level quarterback play. So it is what it is. Next, Justin Fields. Justin Fields, we are going to put him also in the pretty good category. Definitely at the end for now. We'll see with the more names that get in there, but we'll keep Justin Fields on the pretty good category. Geno Smith, I'll put in the pretty good category as well. I'll put him over Justin Fields too. And it's crazy that he had this resurgence, because he was almost done, man. Like he was almost completely out of the league just before last season, and now he got a chance, and he got a new contract. Maybe he's the quarterback of the future for Seattle. I don't know, but shout out to Geno Smith. I'll put him in the pretty good category. Next, we got Jared Goff. Jared Goff should go in the pretty good category too, but just to save space on here, I'm putting Jared Goff in the meh category, and he's gonna be the leader of the meh category, because I don't know. I know we had a good season, and I know his rookie year, like his second year, was really good on LA, but I don't know. I don't see it. Next, Taylor Heineke, another meh guy. If you guys have been watching the Ascent Sports channel for a while, you know I'm a big fan of Taylor Heineke, but I can't put him up here. So it is what it is. Next up, we got Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, we are going to put in the top tier category, but we are going to put him at 3 because he's not as accomplished as Joe Burrow, as a Josh Allen. He's not there yet. Next, we got Hendon Hooker, and he's a rookie, so we're going to put him there. Sam Howell, I'm going to go meh. I really don't know, though, but Sam Howell could really go in this category as well, just like as a rookie. He's not a rookie, but like as a younger player, but I really don't know. So it is what it is. I'll put him in meh. Next up, we got Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is going to go in the top tier category, and he is, to me, going to go ahead of Allen and Herbert, just because he does have the Super Bowl appearance now. Was very close to winning the Super Bowl, but the Eagles couldn't get it done. But definitely a solid season. A lot of room to fall back, though. If he doesn't play well again, I think he's definitely going to fall back behind like Allen and Herbert and all the other guys we'll talk about in a little bit. But for now, Jalen Hurts, top tier quarterback, number 2 right now in the top tier. So shout out to him. Jimmy G. I did say Jared Goff was going to lead it, but Jimmy G has to lead the meh category of quarterbacks, doesn't he? And Jimmy G, I think, is better than like Daniel Jones per se, but because of the history with Jimmy G, because of the almost asterisks on his name, like he's great, but he's not that great. He's not like that guy for you. He's got to be in the meh category. It is what it is. Next is Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins, I want to put him in the top tier category really bad. I want to troll. I really do. Like, he looks good up there. He looks like he belongs. But we're going to put him in the pretty good category. And on top of that, we're going to put him behind Dak for now. We'll give it to Dak, but I think Kirk Cousins is kind of slept on, but it is what it is. Next, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray could go in the meh after last season, but Kyler Murray is still a pretty good quarterback. We'll put him right in front of Daniel Jones. You got Kyler Murray or Daniel Jones. Who you guys taking? But I'm gonna let that go there. But Kyler Murray, people are sleeping on him. We'll see what happens with Arizona if they're gonna get a new quarterback or just get new pieces with their draft picks or something, because it seems like they're tanking. Next up, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a top tier, and I think Lamar right here is a good spot for him. Behind Burrow, Hurts, and Allen, but in front of Herbert, because Herbert has not won a playoff game, and that's the only thing that they say to criticize Lamar is he can't do well in the playoffs. Herbert hasn't even won a single game in the playoffs, so I don't know how he can be ranked ahead of Lamar. What's fair is fair. It's just fairness. This, I believe, is Will Levis. Well, he's a rookie as well. I'll put him down there. Jordan Love, he's somebody I don't really know about Jordan Love. He hasn't played that much. Mac Jones, hate to say it, but Mac Jones, you're meh. Mac Jones is definitely meh. I'll put him ahead of. I'm putting him behind Taylor Heineke. Honestly, I'm putting Mac Jones behind Taylor Heineke. The Patriots, they're the Patriots because they're like this Bill Belichick organization, because they're like this prestigious place or whatever. They try not to air out their dirty laundry, but they've been trying to replace Mac Jones now for like 2 seasons. So I think it's over. I think the writing is on the wall. Mac Jones isn't really it. So it is what it is. Mahomes, well, we already had the tier for Mahomes. If that's crazy, if Mahomes being in another tier above people is crazy, let me know in the comments. Like, let me know if I should bring it back down to earth. But I don't think so. I don't think he's crazy. Next up, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, you stink. Matt Ryan, it's over. I don't know why Matt Ryan is on here, but shout out to Matt Ryan, I guess. Davis Mills. Davis Mills is meh. He's not bad. Well, he kind of is bad, but he's meh. I don't want to call him bad though. There was a Davis Mills era there, but I don't think he's all that. Next up, Kenny Pickett, and this is a Steelers podcast after all. So let's talk about Kenny Pickett. I am putting Kenny Pickett in the pretty good category. And since he retired Derek Carr, his last game played as a Vegas Raider was against Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. I'm putting Kenny Pickett right there. That's where I have it. Now listen, you can argue it. You can be mad at it. You can yell at me. You can do whatever you want. But guess what? It's my show. And so Kenny Pickett is right there. It makes sense. Like, how can Derek Carr be better than Kenny Pickett if Kenny Pickett retired him, right? And then how can all these other people not be better, or how can all these other people be better than Kenny Pickett if Kenny Pickett is better than Derek Carr? And Derek Carr is better than all these people. So how, So it makes sense. Shout out to Kenny Pickett. Really going to lead us to greatness this year, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm just going to look really dumb, but it is what it is. Next up, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, I'll also put him in pretty good. I'll put him right here. I'll put him a little behind Justin Fields because Brock Purdy just has like the OPest team of all time, honestly. It's really not that fair. Next up, we got Anthony Richardson. We'll put him in the rookie thing, of course. Next up, Desmond. I think Anthony Richardson is going to be pretty good. Desmond Ridder. I'm going to put Desmond Ridder in the... I want to put him in like the I don't know category, but I also want to put him in the meh. I want to put him in the pretty good. I'm going to put him in the meh, and I'll put Desmond Ridder above Taylor Heineke. So he'll go there in the order. Next up, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to go in the top tier thing, I think. I'm trying to debate. Should we put him here? Because that means, I'm going to put Rodgers there. I'm going to put Rodgers there. Still ahead of Lamar, still ahead of Herbert. But this season definitely could begin like the decline of Rodgers. It really could begin the decline. But he's in a new situation. He's on a new roster with the Jets. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. Next, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. He can't be a top tier quarterback after last year's performance, but I'm going to put Russell Wilson. It has been a while since those Super Bowls, hasn't it? Should we just put Russ here? Does he just get this by default anymore? It has been a while since those Super Bowls. I'm putting him above Derek Carr, but behind Kenny Pickett. You got to earn that back, Russ. You got to earn it back. So that's where I'm putting Russ. I'm putting him behind Kenny Pickett, but still in the pretty good category. Come get it back. Matt Stafford, honestly, similar situation. Very similar situation to Russ. But Matt Stafford didn't have like a complete meltdown kind of situation. He just got hurt. So I will put Matt Stafford on the left of Kenny Pickett, or the better than Kenny Pickett side. But we'll see about that. That is definitely coming. CJ Stroud, we'll put you in the rookies. Ryan Tannehill is bad. Hold on, let me put the like rookies. Next, we got Trevor Lawrence, and honestly, I'm going to put him in the pretty good category. I'm just not sure where I want to put him. I think I'm going to put him right here after Stafford. I know Stafford, he has the ring and all that, and then some people will say Stafford should actually be down here. I don't know. I'll reevaluate. I'll really reevaluate in a second, but I'm going to put him after Kirk and Dak. I just don't want to separate them, but Trevor Lawrence is definitely on the rise. I don't even know who this is, so I apologize to whoever that quarterback is. Trey Lance, I'm going to put him on the I don't really know. He's only had like a game or two. Tua Tagovailoa, I am going to put Tua Tagovailoa. I'm going to put Tua in the pretty good category. Now, as far as where in the pretty good category, I'm going to put Tua. You know what? Here, I'm going to flip Derek Carr and Kyler, and then I'm going to put Tua. He made the playoffs this year. I'm going to put Tua ahead of Derek Carr. I'm going to put him ahead of Derek Carr. So that's how that goes for now. Next up, we got Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson used to be top tier. He's got to get that back. We're gonna bring him down a peg to pretty good. But he's definitely had a bad year too. So we're gonna put Deshaun Watson. He's not better than. I'm not putting him better than Kenny Pickett after what he did. So let's put Deshaun Watson. Let's say here, him and Russ. Let's put him next to Russ. Him and Russ gotta get it back. So we'll put them there, or we'll put Deshaun Watson there. Him and Russ both on like a prove it year, trying to get back up into the top tier level. So it is what it is. Next, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, you are cooked. Bryce Young, you are a rookie, and Zach Wilson. That's your name, Zach Wilson. You are bad. I think that everybody determined that you were bad. And there it is. We are out of quarterbacks. So now let's give it one final look. Mahomes, We know Mahomes is Mahomes, so he gets the #1 spot. Now we got Joe in the top tier. This is the second class. We got Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert. I think that is the order I'm locking in for this one. You can argue Justin Herbert over Lamar. You could do that, or you could argue, well, if Justin Herbert is here, then how could Dak Prescott and Kirk be down here? You know, that's you. If you disagree, that's you. But I don't know. There's just something with Justin Herbert. I think he still gets that top tier nod. And then now the pretty good territory. This is where a bunch of quarterbacks are. So we got Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford. I really do kind of want to move Matthew Stafford. Like, can he be this far ahead of people? But it is what it is. Well, we are going to move Matthew Stafford. We're reevaluating here. We're going to move Matthew Stafford to... We'll move Matthew Stafford to behind Derek Carr. We'll see about Matthew Stafford when you come back. But, it was a long time since he won that Super Bowl now. It's like a whole 2 seasons. So we got Dak, we got Kirk, we got Trevor Lawrence, we got Kenny Pickett, we got Russ, Deshaun, Kyler, Tua, Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith, Justin Fields, and Brock Purdy. Honestly, down here, we could maybe move Geno in front of Daniel. We could move him behind, but Daniel does have that playoff win against the Vikings. Should we move Daniel up here? I don't know. So we'll keep that. Now, in the meh category, we got Jimmy G, we got Jared Goff, we got Desmond Ridder, we got Taylor Heineke, we got Mac Jones, we got Sam Darnold, we got Sam Howell, and we got Davis Mills. Really, this order, I'm not going to stress myself out too much trying to order them, but you guys can let me know what you think. I think Taylor Heineke honestly could go up. I think maybe even Brock Purdy could go back to the meh category if, they kind of fall off and he wasn't on a super team. We would see how well he would do, but it is what it is. We can only work with what we got. And then lastly, we have the bad/rookie/ I just really don't know category. If you want me to real quick rank the rookies, let's see, we got Hendon Hooker. I'll put him like 2 or 3 because I think Stroud is going to be 1, and then I got Bryce Young 2, and then we got I want Bryce Young 2, and then we got Hooker 3, and then I got Richardson maybe 4, and then Levis 5. Honestly, I really don't know about Levis. I really haven't watched like that. I really don't know much about a lot of these prospects, but it is what it is. That's my rookie ranking. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this this tier list. And we are getting closer and closer to the season, and I honestly cannot wait until it starts, and at least until we get closer to preseason and we have more of an idea of what everything is gonna look like, because it'll give me a lot more to talk about. But for now, I also like doing things like this just to kind of maybe expand it a little bit more, expand the audience a little bit more, and also talk about some football, because we can always do these kind of ranking stuff, without football to actually be played. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We are getting closer and closer to the season, and with that, we're gonna get more relevant topics. We're gonna get more in the news topics, if you will. I hope to have more videos coming out throughout the week. I hope to clip this up, so stay tuned for those. If you made it through this whole thing, stay tuned for those. But yeah, once again, hopefully you guys enjoy your week. Hopefully everybody has a great week, and I will see you back here Monday for Zaya and the Steelers. Peace out, guys.